Hello everyone. I'm starting today's video with our frequency generator, which I was using about a year ago when we were in Pueblo. And we now have it set up again. And today it is set at 528 Hertz. It's been a bit difficult to stabilize it right at that point, but it is at 528. And now I'm going to show you what it is connected to. There's an amplifier, a very standard old-fashioned amplifier underneath. And then it is set up with this. Some Tesla technology. And crystalline grids. Those are the speakers, and that's the crystalline grid system that's set up. I'm going to move over here to get it from a different angle because even my position affects the frequency. And I just wanted to show that to you before I began today's video. I've put a different background behind it so that you can get a better look at it. That's it. So today's video will be recorded with the 528 frequency in the background. It is basically the frequency of divine love, but it also heals the DNA and has other qualities which are explained much better by a professional in the field, and I will be putting the link to his description or to his website in the description area of the video. It is my intent to use some other frequencies for subsequent videos, but we will see if I'm able to do that with the machine that we have. So I will now begin my alignment for today's video. Beloved, glorious I Am Presence, to my divine self, I align my Christ self, personalities, body elemental, and new spirit, so that all parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment, and fully contained within my heart diamond and Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready for today's message. Greetings, beloveds. I am both grateful and joyful that Christmas has been able to insert these frequencies once again into our transmissions. I know that some of you greatly enjoyed the enhancement that you experienced in the past while listening to my messages, while this particular 528 Hertz frequency was being projected into the background. In general, I do not like to have music or other background noises as part of these videos, which is why you have never seen them that way. But these particular frequencies are quite different. They are not man-made music, although there is wonderful music that is out there if you look for it. These are frequencies that have a determined and specific effect throughout the galaxy and throughout the entire universe. Wherever they are created, they bypass completely the rational mind and go directly into the light bodies that are a part of you. So you do not need to understand anything about them in order to be influenced and affected by them. And of course, I would only allow those frequencies that have the highest beneficial effects for all of you. This is not about mind control or influencing you in any controlling or negative way whatsoever. In fact, it is quite to the contrary, as you are all affected by the negative frequencies that are being put out by your media, by the televisions, the cell phones that you hold in your hands, the cell phone towers that carry the waves around the planet, your computers, your iPads, and other objects that emit certain frequencies, whether you can hear them or not, makes no difference. They are still affecting your being, and most of them are affecting them negatively. Crystals, certain specific crystals, can help protect you from these negative frequencies. The heart diamond, as a crystalline light structure, can protect you from these negative frequencies as well. So the purpose of adding these particular frequencies to the videos is to raise the frequency of your being so that you will be less affected by the various electronic devices that are constantly lowering your frequencies. It is meant to balance out those effects. There are also some wonderful videos on YouTube which project these frequencies. As long as they are not mixed with other music, then it can be very beneficial for you to listen to them. Always look for the purity of the transmission so that you are only listening to the frequency and not to any other human added stuff. So with that said, I would like to encourage all of you, especially in the days ahead, to do whatever you can to raise your frequency. Raising your frequency now will make it much easier for you to absorb the very high frequency blasts that will be coming into the earth shortly. They are actually beginning now, but in a diminished or buffered degree. By now, some of you have heard about the blue avians and other groups that have for some time been buffering the effects of the light waves that have come into the earth up until now. By buffering, I mean that they have made it so that unawakened humanity would not abruptly be affected by them and, in essence, go a bit crazy. I'm sure all of you who are listening to these videos have had moments where you questioned your own sanity in this ongoing spiritual development, because it is so unlike anything that you were taught by your parents or in school or by society. You do not hear about this in the mass media, on the television, or in the magazines and newspapers that the bulk of humanity still relies on for what they perceive to be the truth of what is happening on this planet. You know that it is not, because you have been gradually introduced to it over a period of time. But just imagine how you would feel if you went from not knowing anything about this process of unfoldment to knowing everything about it and feeling it taking place in your body all at once, instead of gradually as it has been. That is why the blue avians and others have been controlling, shall we say, the amount of the high frequency light that humanity has access to. Now, with that said, those of you who are on a spiritual path have always been able to receive a greater amount of this light because you do it consciously. The buffering effect is valid mostly for those who are unawakened. So I don't want you to think that these beings are limiting the amount of light that you personally can receive, for that is simply not true. You can receive as much as you open yourself up to receive consciously. This is why I have encouraged you from the beginning to do daily meditations of receiving the light. And for when you watch these videos, to be focused only on the videos and not doing any other activity, because in this way you can also receive the greatest amount of light simply by watching the videos. So do whatever you feel you would like to do in order to raise your frequency. Go out in nature. Work with your crystals. Listen to uplifting, enlightening music. Listen to these various frequencies whenever you have the possibility to do so. This will help you be prepared for the great influx, the great tsunami of light that I have spoken of, and that many have spoken of. This is really happening, beloveds. This event that you have been waiting for so long is right around the corner. It is on the cusp of your horizon. In our timeless awareness, it has already occurred. And so we joyfully see all of the benefits that will come to mankind because of this event. Open your hearts and welcome these energies in gladly. Do not fear for any of the false events that certain beings may be trying to propagate in order to diminish your joy and expectation of receiving this light. Do not pay any attention to them at all, and you will be able to be of assistance to those who are in confusion about this event. You, from a place of joy, peace, and expectation, will be a beacon of light among all that you know and love. And you will be of great service to humanity and to the spiritual hierarchy who needs you in order to keep a calm, open, and loving space for all of humanity to be able to make this jump in consciousness. You are my dearly beloveds, and I thank you for all that you do. I love and bless you always. I am Metatron.